Good, you rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. We got another one for today, and tomorrow I'm hitting them with the back-to-back. But first, let's get into this. Shout to CommenterNation, greatest nations, just United Nations, coming soon to a store near you. Let's talk about this for real. Let me bring this up. Is Diamonds Live the neutral key to this being solved? Not only was he a close person that actually knew him, but he has a much larger base in which he gets a lot of different topics and things out there to people. And I also want to put this out there for everyone to understand that I have a very unique topic coming about Tekashi 6ix9ine tomorrow. Shout to CommenterNation. Something someone brought up that we're going to discuss. It's going to be nice. So don't miss that. Stick around. It's going to be in-depth, and it's going to give some insight to a lot that is going on behind the scenes that could have led up to now. So we're trying to examine the middle to fill in a gap of understanding on how all of this just started happening out of nowhere. Now let's talk about it. Is Diamonds Live the neutral key? Now, why do I say him specifically? Not only did he know Tentacion, but he was a close affiliate to the entire situation. He's also has close relationships with a lot of people involved. Are people more willing to listen when he mentions things versus other people mentioning things? That's where the questioning comes in. Is there a larger perspective he could bring that certain people couldn't as far as the audience? Because last time I looked in the comments there were a lot of people wishing death, literal death, on the four suspects. And we don't even have a conclusion presented on these men. And there's research by an audio expert, video expert going on currently, and that's not being acknowledged in any way, shape, or form. So what's the conclusion to it? Also, that being the case, he has very good conversations with certain people that he's brought up. I couldn't talk to the witnesses when I realized their character, but he was willing to hear them out. Is he going to be open in a position to do interviews to help bring out things that we don't know nothing about? Now, when I start doing interviews, they're going to be in particular to another series that I have about to begin. But with that said, understand that everyone comes with their flaws. Even I, yes, even I, being accused by the law of doing certain things related to DUIs and other things that I have going on. Just so you're not in shock, so it's not a shock factor thinking that I'm perfect. But in that, it's something that I stood my ground to fight, and I never ran from the cops when they were coming. So I don't have eluding or doing some crazy things like that, nor any violent crimes or crimes that are baseless against other individuals, because I work hard on my own too. There are some people that love working on the backs of others, but I use my own 2 feet. Now, in this ideology, is he the one that can neutrally expose parties at work? Is he the one that can bring some sort of conclusion and closure to a situation like this? Is he one of the only ones? Because just as I doing an investigation, others posted killers that had video. They posted different things about it that had nothing to do with any detail, nor did they search for the detail. But it seems I was the only one that actually searched for the detail and stepped up to do a series. And that's why I thank everybody that gave that shout out. And I'm glad for it, because that's the type of work I put in. You know, I actually research stuff on the side and look through information. And as you know, there's an attempt at mutiny by certain situations I have going on that are out of my control. But I will stand my ground, as I've always have. And I will stand against the evil that comes against me, because I'm speaking about something a certain way when none of these people are addressing people around the situation. That's my issue. Especially with the guy who came in and said what he said, the beat maker trying to make comments like clout chasing's out the window. If I was clout chasing, I would have stopped when my first primary series, when I had 0 sources out of the first 50 episodes, totaled up 50,000 or more views. I would have been stopped. But no, it's larger than that. That's why I started doing it in the first place. You only did it when Killer started talking on IG. I did it the moment I saw it happen. Go check the records. Go check the numbers. Go check the time periods. Everything checks out. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of people criticizing. I check out. You don't check out. You got one video and then you're just sitting up there not uploading anything. That's sucker moves. That's a sucker move. You can try and judge my move. I don't know how you move. Is that how they move where you're from? I never heard of it. Onward though, that's another discussion. But I believe the neutral key will be a larger YouTuber that starts gravitating to asking questions. Again, I was a lower YouTuber building up, and I'm working towards a mid-tier YouTuber, as you know. And I'm going to be building up, doing a lot more. That's part of it, because all these suckers around, I want to see if they're going to step up. I want to see if they're going to step their game up. Not that I'm not going to talk about it when I get information, but we're going to see who stops playing sucker, worried about what everyone thinks of them, as I'm not, and start stepping up, handling their own business. Because a lot of you aren't. A lot of you just sit back and go with the flow and saying let them rest. Yeah, you want to let them rest. You want to let a person that got taken from this earth unjustly and try and say that they wanted it, and you want them to rest. That's the problem. That's the problem. When it comes to African American men, they find calm in watching the sucker stuff happen, but then want to say no snitching and try and act real when someone around them's doing sucker moves, like beating and dragging women, like attacking elderly, just doing all types of things that would be privy to being a sucker. This is normal. And it's only going to stay this way because we give energy to these suckers, and it's not happening anymore. I can't get pulled in by the suckers no more. I've been in my lane, and I'm going to stay there. As you see the related channel, XxxTentacion, shout to whoever's managing that channel, the related channel now. So there you go. And they've been it for a few days as far as I've noticed. Could have been it longer. Who knows? But I want to ask, is a larger YouTuber that conversates with people on the back end to do interviews going to be what breaks the mold, which brings everybody's eyes to the light to not so much wish demise on people and willing to open their eyes and their hearts to see that they weren't alone? Now think about it. If this was your one life being put in the bounds of life and death, how would you want to be looked at? It's about seeing yourself more than what people are grading you at, as I did before I even did YouTube, before I even did things. A lot of lames use the word clout chasing, but here's the problem. All you guys talk about clout chasing and want to add all types of things to it, want to say all types of things about clout, but ultimately, your life is a clout chase. When you hop in comments and make comments about me, you're clout chasing, trying to get recognized for saying stuff about me. So aren't our lives based around some form of people trying to gain clout? Is everyone innocent of it? Are you so authentic? Are you that authentic, bruh? I looked down your page, I looked around you. I don't see what's so authentic about you, what you're saying. And you're probably the same ones that co-sign the death of other black men. That's how authentic you are, right? That's what you represent, right? Because you're just so real. You're just so real. Probably one of the ones that wish this channel's demise, that wish their demise of me. But here's the thing. I read the guidelines. I'm good with YouTube. Me and YouTube, I'm good with them. I'm good with them. So when those suckers start speaking around a situation, and I'm going at larger YouTubers, stay in your lane. Stay in your place. Stay in your place. Go do content. Go do something that's going to last. Instead of making something I'm going to nod my head to, then I'm going to just get up and walk away like I never did. Stop playing. You guys don't even show yourselves on the camera. You guys just talk from the background, talk in comments. Step your game up. There's a new era. It's called we show ourselves. People could put stuff out. They can say things about me. It's not going to matter at the end of the day because you'll get your judgment. That's why I'm not worried. Everybody gets their just due. I worked hard to make it where I'm at, and hard work isn't something that can be topped overnight. Not even through your words, because you weren't with me. You weren't with me shooting in the gym. And I don't mean to use that, but it's true. You weren't with me when I was shooting around with content, shooting around with my knowledge, learning, reading, figuring out what YouTube meant, figuring out how to tag. Most of you weren't there. There were a few, but most weren't. And that's what the issue is. And that's why I turn my back on what you guys have to say and I step up to a greater good. Justice for TheCzarr. Isn't that what it is? What's your motive? Comment the nation below. Put what your motive is with this series. Put what your motive is with this series. We're done demeaning people. Put what the motive is. We're done fighting. Ignore people who's talking crazy. Ignore them and keep it moving forward. Don't worry about who else is there. Because we here. We here. Like commenter Chris A say, we here. Facts. We ain't worried about the rest. We on a mission. We know what we believe in. We know why we started it. We were here for a long time, and a lot of people weren't. But we're moving forward with those who want to march on. What's the neutral key? What do you think? You know how I rock. All rights reserved.